On this Eid, our brothers and sisters in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir once again were prevented from participating in the Eid festivities. The occupation authorities barred the Eid prayers at the historic Jamia Mosque and the central Eidgah in Srinagar. The head cleric of the Jamia Masjid and prominent Kashmiri leader Mirwais Umar Farooq remains under arbitrary house arrest since August 2019. For over 200 Fridays, he has not been able to address the Friday congregations from the Jamia Masjid's pulpit. We urge the Indian authorities to set Mirwais Umar Farooq free and bring an end to the restrictions imposed on Kashmiris that prevent them from freely practicing their religion. This week, we also remember the iconic Kashmiri youth leader, Burhan Wani, whose 7th martyrdom anniversary will be observed day after tomorrow on the 8th of July. Burhan Wani was one of the hundreds of Kashmiri youths who have been victims of extrajudicial killings perpetrated by the Indian occupation forces. While paying homage to him as the voice of the indigenous freedom movement of the Kashmiri people, we once again urge the Government of India to bring an end to the extrajudicial killings and desist from indiscriminate use of force against the Kashmiri people. Earlier this week, on the 4th of July, Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif participated in the SCO Council of the Heads of State meeting. In his remarks, the Prime Minister reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to the Shanghai spirit and presented Pakistan's vision for connectivity and regional cooperation as a vehicle for peace and prosperity. He stressed the need for collective action against terrorism, extremism, and separatism. The Prime Minister also called for global solidarity in addressing climate change and poverty alleviation and for promotion of peace and resolution of disputes. Pakistan will continue to play an active role in SCO. We welcome Iran's membership of the SCO and accession of Bahrain, the Maldives, Myanmar, and the UAE as new dialogue partners of SCO. We are pleased to see the establishment of the Working Group on Poverty Alleviation. As announced by the Prime Minister, Pakistan will hold the SCO Conference on Transport Connectivity for Regional Poverty in the last quarter of 2023. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari undertook an official visit to Japan on 1 to 4th of July 2023, where he held bilateral talks with Foreign Minister Hayashi and called on Prime Minister Kishida. In the bilateral meetings, the two sides agreed to enhance dialogue and engagement at all levels, to increase bilateral trade and investment, and pursue mutually beneficial cooperation in defense, education, and science and technology. Foreign Secretary Dr. Asad Majid Khan is currently in Turkey for an official visit. Yesterday, he led the Pakistan delegation at the 6th round of Pakistan-Turkey bilateral political consultations in Ankara. The two sides extensively discussed the entire range of bilateral cooperation covering political relations, trade, connectivity, defense, education, culture, and people-to-people contacts. Progress made under the strategic economic framework was also reviewed. The two sides agreed to continue their strategic partnership and to coordinate closely on all issues of mutual concern. In this context, they agreed to hold the 7th High-Level Strategic Cooperation Council in Islamabad. It was also agreed to enhance cooperation in science and technology, research and development, information technology, defense, health, education, agriculture, shipping, and maritime domains. Pakistan and China are celebrating the 10th anniversary of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is an important pillar of the all-weather strategic cooperative partnership with China. The people of Pakistan have witnessed the remarkable achievements and fruits of high-quality development stimulated by CPEC since its inauguration in 2013. Under the first phase of CPEC, China invested around $25.4 billion in Pakistan, primarily in energy and transport infrastructure sectors. CPEC projects have added 8,000 megawatts of energy to the national grid, 510 kilometers of highways, 932 kilometers of road networks, 822 kilometers of optical fiber line. It has also created about 200,000 jobs in Pakistan. CPEC is also an important node in cross-regional connectivity. It is an inclusive and open platform for interested third parties to benefit from investment opportunities in CPEC priority areas, such as cooperation in industry, agriculture, information technology, science and technology, and oil and gas sectors. Both Pakistan and China remain committed to continued expansion and development of CPEC to promote win-win connectivity, development, and mutual prosperity. We will continue to push forward all CPEC projects in a safe, smooth, and high-quality manner, promoting cooperation in areas such as economy and trade, investment, industry, agriculture, health, and science and technology. Pakistan has strongly condemned the brutal Israeli raids and airstrikes in Jenin, resulting in multiple casualties. The people of Pakistan are outraged on this deliberate targeting of civilians. Such egregious and repeated attacks on the Palestinian people must end. We also believe that the Palestinians have a right to live peacefully in an independent state of Palestine based on pre-1967 borders with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital. As Pakistan celebrates the sanctity of the Holy Quran Day tomorrow, we strongly condemn the despicable acts of public burning of the Holy Quran in Sweden and other countries in Europe. We believe that such willful incitement to discrimination, hatred, and violence cannot be justified under the guise of freedom of expression. The recurrence of such Islamophobic incidents call into question the legal framework which permits such hate-driven acts. As a leading member of the OIC, Pakistan has called for an urgent debate on this important matter at the UN Human Rights Council. We also call for credible and concrete measures to prevent the rising incidents of xenophobia, Islamophobia, and anti-Muslim hatred. Finally, I have an important announcement. Foreign Minister of the Swiss Confederation, Federal Councillor Cassis, will arrive in Pakistan for an official visit from 7th to 9th of July. The delegation includes 3 members of the Swiss Parliament and senior officials. Prime Minister of Pakistan had extended an invitation to Mr. Cassis when they met in Geneva on the occasion of the International Conference on Climate Resilient Pakistan held on 9th of January this year. In Islamabad, Federal Councillor Cassis will call on the Prime Minister and meet with Minister for Climate Change, Ms. Sherry Rehman. He will visit the National Disaster Management Authority in Islamabad, where the two sides will discuss bilateral cooperation in disaster management.
तर्जुमान दफ्तर खारजा मुमताज ज़हरा बलूच हफ्ता